Christopher Weston Chandler, from your daddy. Started December 26, 1987. The reason for this open letter to you, which will grow as time goes on, is that I know that I, at best, haven't much time left to share myself with you. Particularly to share my things, my dreams, and my thoughts with you at a time in the future when you will be able to understand, remember to use my things and carry on my dreams if you want to. Hopefully you will grow much older together. I will probably be rambling until I drive you to distraction, but just bear with me, because I will get to the point sooner or later. I hope I have been able to provide for you and your mother until you at least get to college, and for your mother until she joins me at the great sing-along in the sky, or wherever.
Say something.
My name is Robert Chandler.
Are you dead right now?
No.
Anyway, I expect you to take care of her, love her, and never disappoint her for as long as she lives.
It's snowing here, 12/18, Rockville, Virginia.
Why did you interrupt my video, Barbara?
I also expect you to never disappoint me, because I will always be with you to help you when the going gets tough. And you need me, since everything always seems to happen for the best for me. And when I needed it, I have always felt like my mother was my guardian angel. You look exactly like my mother and I didn't plan my life, I just took it as it came along. I seem to have had no control over it. It always came along with what was right for me. Look at me 8 years ago in 1979, when I was really down and out. No friendship from Alan and Carol, and ready to cash in my chips with heart problems that I didn't even know about. Your mother, Barbara Ann, helped me through the rough spots, and together we had you. Now I really had something to live for. No better things or events could have happened to me. We have come a long way in the last 8 years. Together, we have built a whole new life with an exciting set of dreams. I also expect you to never disappoint yourself. If you think you are, at something you are trying to do, just stand back, and if it is meant to be, an answer or break will appear. Just remember, there are many sides to a mountain and many ways to climb it. If you get stopped, back off, regroup, and try another way. If you are still not successful, maybe it is not meant to be. Accept this as experience and go after something else for a while. If it is meant to be, having it on the back burner simmering for a while is not bad. It will pop up again, and the way to attain it will be there. Everything in its time. Your mother and I have done our best for you, and in return we expect at least that from you, for yourself and your children. I will be talking about a lot of things in no particular order. I won't always spell words right or have the best sentence structure, but then, I am an electrical engineer, not an English major. As a matter of fact, English was my worst subject. I am going to try to write this just as if I'm talking to you, face to face, anytime you care to read this. All of the physical objects and things I have, we'll talk about. Your mother Barbara or your Aunt Harriet will keep for you until you are ready for them. If you don't think you will ever need some of them, or don't want some of them, don't waste them. Try to do something with them that you and your mother think I would do. Recycle them back into the world for the world to use. After all, remember, we are only the custodians for a while, and what is one man's junk is another man's treasure. Okay, so here I go. Enough of the preamble. If you are still with me, turn the page.
I am Miss Christine Chandler, and I'm selling Mr. C's stamp collection to try and get more money around here to help pay the bills and everything. Let's try to meet the goals, the high goals. So, come on down to my stamp shop on eBay, or, well, my regular shop, but I'm selling stamps. It's gonna be a lot of selling it all. So, come on down, buy what you like out of the collection.
Well, Christopher, one of my actions that I regret most when I was a young man, sometimes in the late 1940s, I think I was entrusted with my grandfather's straight razor by means of his last will and testament, and I carelessly misused it and broke it by trying to use it as a screwdriver. I found out later that my grandfather Holloman had specifically wanted me to have it, because it had been very personal to him, and he wanted me to have something of his that had been very personal to him, something that he had used every day. Well, I still have that broken razor of his, and I still carry the burden of carelessly, with no concern, breaking it. I knew that I would never use it to shave with, but it was my one personal bond with him, and I still feel like I betrayed his trust by carelessly and thoughtlessly misusing it and breaking it. Maybe that razor did have a purpose, greater than anything my grandfather and I ever dreamed of. It is because of my grandfather's razor that I am writing this open letter to you. I hope that you will not carelessly misuse, waste, or destroy the value of the many things I have collected for you. Do not be in such a hurry to use, play, or work with these things. First, learn about them, how to use them and enjoy them, their value, and how you can thoughtlessly waste their value. Then enjoy them as I have. For example, my very good stamp collection, or all of the recorded popular music on cassette tape, VCR tapes, and records. The oil paintings, United Nations art graphics, first of the issue covers, first life covers, the complete set of the very valuable Wrong First Day issues of the United Nations covers, the musical movies I have collected for you on VCR tapes, my books on popular music, movies, entertainers, musical theater, ship models, my daily lilies, gazebo, and dreams. As a boy, my greatest dream was to have inherited things from my mother, father, grandparents, etc. But alas, they were poor and we were poor, and the things that we and they had didn't stay around long. I am a collector of things, even more than your mother, and as a boy, I always wished I had a stamp collection, or a coin collection, or a book collection, in a large old house from my grandparents. Well, I did end up with a few things which you will get from me. I have the Chandler family Bible from grandfather and grandmother Chandler. The graveyard plots from my grandfather Chandler and mother are buried in Silicaga, Alabama. A few books from my step-grandmother, Holloman, and a few of my mother's sister's books. My father's picture album as a boy. My mother's picture album as a girl. My picture album as a boy. A box of assorted pictures. A box of my mother's things when she was a young girl, including a teddy bear she cut the hair off, thinking it would grow back. My baby clothes. All of my books. Stamp collection. Records, tapes, paintings, scout badges, trumpet, grandfather clock, my dreams for you, your mother, and other personal things. The things that are left from my parents' lives together and apart, except for the memories which I will try to write down in a separate document called My Memoirs. My father had a second married life, much as I did, and just as you have half-brothers and half-sisters, I have a large number of half-brothers and sisters in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where my father is buried. I have another notebook full called This is My Working Life, which you might find interesting as to how I spent the 42 years of the working part of my life, from high school graduation in 1945 to my retirement in 1987. I have the first and only Scout handbook that belonged to my mother's half-brother, Dr. John James Holloman Jr. This book started me on the road to becoming an Eagle Scout and a Scoutmaster. More about this in my memoirs. You will get this book as well as all of my Scout books, Scout badges, and my dreams for you as a Boy Scout.
I don't want to get kicked out of my house by the health department.
August 18th, 2008. Dear Christian, at this time in life, you and Sonichu need a quest and purpose in life. Let Sonichu become a champion for autistic persons everywhere, and continually defeat the perils of autism. Sonichu could become the spokesperson for autistic persons, with an ongoing fight for them in chapter after chapter, or good deeds on the internet. He could become the spokesperson from now on. You and Sonichu could become famous worldwide.
What?